more deadlier than ever. In Smite 2, the goddess of the hunt doesn't just track her prey, she dominates the battlefield with brutal precision. Whether you're shredding tanks or locking down carries, Artemis is the hunter and you're the hunted. This isn't just a guide, it's a masterclass in turning squishies into highlights. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's unleash the wrath of the wild. Welcome to the hunt, welcome to Artemis. Hey, I'm Warzith from Sinister Gaming Experience, and today we're breaking down the high attack speed Artemis build in Smite 2. Whether you're new to Artemis or looking for an upgraded rank performance, this is the setup you need. Alright, now let's get into the build. Your starting items are where it all begins. They set the pace for the lane, your power spikes, and how aggressive you can be early on. So let's break it down. Let's talk about the leather cowl, the perfect starter for the hunter who wants early pressure and flexibility. It gives 15 to strength for solid damage and 5% lifesteal to keep you in the fight. But here's where it gets interesting. Its passive changes based on positioning. Stay close to an allied god and get a 15% attack speed bonus, perfect for boxing and team fights. But if you're solo, it swaps that for 5% movement speed, letting you rotate, chase, and escape with ease. Leather Cowl adapts to your playstyle whether you're sticking in with the support or roaming the jungle alone. This is your no-frills bruiser's best friend, the starter axe. It gives you a clean 10 strength, which means more damage early on for better trades and lanes, perfect for hunters or aggressive supports that like to lay down the hunt from level 1. No flashy passives, just raw power in your hands. Sometimes that's all you need. Don't sleep on that health potion. It might be basic, but it's clutch. You get 3 uses, and each one gives you that much needed sustain in lane. The best part? Every time you return to base, it fully refills. That's right, infinite value as long as you play smart and reset. Perfect for trading early or surviving pokes without burning relics. Pop it, heal up, and stay in that fight longer. And now on to the final build for Artemis, optimized to reach that massive 145% increased attack speed, perfect for shredding through enemies with rapid fire basic attacks. The first item is the Hunter's Cowl. It's perfect for hunters who want early pressure and flexibility. It evolves into 45 to strength for solid damage and 5% lifesteal to keep you in that fight. It has the same passive abilities as the Leather Cowl. And the next item is Devourer's Gauntlets. It gives plus 30 to strength and plus 10% lifesteal with a passive dealing damage to enemies fuels your hunger for power. You gain 0.5 strength and 0.10 lifesteal per stack. Earn 1 stack per 600 damage to minions or jungle monsters. Dealt damage to enemy gods counts as double towards stacking, with a max of 50 stacks. And next up is the Lernean Bow. Strike swift, strike true, and let the poison do the rest. It gives 30 to strength, 30 to attack speed, and on activation unleashes a barrage of 3 poisonous arrows. Applying an anti-heal for 4 seconds, it can critically strike and pass through walls. It's perfect for chasing down fleeing foes or initiating through rugged terrain. Next is Quinn's Blade. Even giants fall when pierced to the right place. This item gives 20 to strength, 20 to attack speed, and the passive is Giant Slayer. Your basic attacks deal bonus physical damage to enemy gods who have more maximum health than you. This bonus is equal to 10% of the difference between their max health and yours. The damage scales with each strike. The bigger they get, the harder they fall. Ideal for shredding tanky frontliners or bruisers who will rely on high health to survive. Next is the Executioner. Strike with purpose, mind, or muscle. The results is the same. This item gives 15% attack speed and piercing blows. When you hit an enemy god or jungle boss with a basic attack, your strikes apply piercing, reducing their protections by 10% for 4 seconds and can stack up to 2 times. Titan's Bane. Even the mightiest walls crumble before the will of a god. This item gives plus 15 to strength. Its passive is Shattering. Gain the Shattering effect, granting plus 25% physical penetration. This item does not stack with itself. Only the highest Shattering effect applies if multiple sources are present. Perfect for tearing through tanks and structures alike. Titan's Bane ensures no defense can stand in our way. Odysseus Bow. This item gives plus 45% increased attack speed, and its passive has Chain Lightning. Every 4th successful basic attack triggers a bolt of lightning that arcs between 4 nearby enemies, dealing massive damage or AoE to clear their minions out and farm that gold. While Relic's choices are largely a matter of personal preference, I prefer to lean towards Aegis of Acceleration. It's a great safety net when things suddenly take a turn for the worse. Now let's break down Artemis' abilities, the goddess of the hunt, and see what makes her such a deadly force in Smite 2. Starting with her passive, Still Target, Artemis deals 15% increased basic attack damage to enemy gods and 30% to minions if they're affected by any form of crowd control. That means timing your shots and working with your team's CC can seriously amplify your damage output. The first ability is Transgressor's Fate. This is her trap. Artemis places it on the ground, and when an enemy god triggers it, they're rooted, crippled, and take physical damage over 3 seconds. It's perfect for zoning, catching enemies off guard, or even comboing into a burst of attacks. Her second ability, Vengeful Assault. This is Artemis' steroid. It greatly boosts her movement speed and attack speed and instantly cleanses her of slows, granting her slow immunity for half a second. Even better, each basic attack against enemy gods builds charges. After hitting 4, the buff duration extends by 3 seconds. This ability is key to her high-speed, high-pressure playstyle. Her third ability, Suppress the Insolent. Artemis fires a volley of arrows at a target area, damaging and slowing all enemies hit. It's a simple but effective tool for poking, zoning, or following up on a CC. Her ultimate ability, Caledonian Bear. Artemis summons a Caledonian Bear which charges the nearest enemy god, dealing physical damage and stunning enemies hit along the way. The boar is immune to CC until it hits its first target and keeps charging to other enemies after for the life of the boar. Artemis herself becomes CC immune for 1.4 seconds when she casts it, perfect for diving in or surviving clutch team fights. Together, these abilities make Artemis a powerhouse of basic attack-focused pressure, trap control, and team fight disruption. In the right hands, she's absolutely lethal. Prioritize maxing the second ability, Vengeful Assault, first. This ability is the core to Artemis DPS, and leveling up increases the duration of the attack speed bonus, making it your main tool for shredding enemies. Next, focus on the third ability, Suppress the Insolent. This ability provides poke and wave clear. As you level it, the damage and the slow become more effective for both lane pressure and team fights. Then, level up the first ability, Transgressor's Fate. While traps are great for control, utility, and setup, you typically don't need to max them early. 1 point early on is enough to have utility, and you can max it last. Of course, put a point into your ultimate ability, Caledonian Boar, whenever it becomes available, at levels 5, 9, 13, 17, and 20. It's a huge team fight tool and can change the outcome of a fight if timed well. And that wraps up our Artemis build for Smite 2. With this setup, you'll be hitting that 145 increased attack speed, locking enemies down with traps, and shredding through gods with insane pressure and precision. Remember, positioning is key. Artemis has no movement escape, so use your traps smart and time your Caledonian Bear to turn the tide in team fights. If you found this build helpful, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment about your favorite Artemis moments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Smite 2 guides and gameplay. Good luck out there, and may your shots always hit their mark.